All right. Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Kelvin. I'm talking to the band Ugly. Thanks for talking to the guys. And Krista, how are you guys doing?
Doing well.
Great.
Thanks for having us.
Okay. Like I said, I'm from Arizona and you guys are from the Prescott, Arizona. So I thought it'd be cool to, kind of talk to you guys about the new album that just came out. And also I'm a fan of Satanic Royalty, the label you guys are part of, and I just wanted to talk to you guys about that as well. Do you mind you guys just like introducing yourselves?
Sure. I'm Brandon. I play bass and do vocals.
I'm Krista. I do synth and soundscapes and auxiliary percussion and vocals.
I'm Ben, I play drums.
And I'm Chris, I play guitar.
Okay. Yeah, again, thanks guys. And I'm fairly new to Ugly. How did the band Ugly start?
Pretty funny. Krista and I moved from Seattle to Arizona in 2015, and we still have bands that we do from up there, but we wanted to do something where we're all in the same room because to do those bands, we have to fly to rehearse with them and then do a tour, record, or whatever we do. So we wanted to do a band here, and we didn't know anybody, so we just tried to start meeting some people. I met Chris, his other band Blister Unit was playing shows, and kind of started talking to him about doing like a heavy band that kind of sounded like the uncomfortability of listening to Swans or Godflesh or something, mixed with like all of the heavy, slow parts of Morbid Angel songs, just real nasty, heavy stuff. And we didn't know where to start to find a drummer, so I just put a Craigslist ad out, and you should have seen, the crazy stuff that I got from people on Craigslist. But the first person who actually sounded legit and interested was Ben, and he showed up to our first rehearsal, and that was it. And we knew he was the guy we wanted to play with, so we just started jamming and writing songs. And
What was that, like 6 years?
Yeah, it was over. That was 2016. That was August of 2016 was when we first started playing that.
yeah,
Okay.
so just kind of felt pretty natural, and
Started doing shows in October of that same year.
yeah,
Okay.
yep.
Quick question. What made you guys made the transition from Seattle to Arizona?
Buying a house, starting a family. Mostly it's like impossible to do there. Just like a really crappy, dumpy punk house would be like $500,000 to try and buy. So we came out here because Krista's actually from Prescott. She grew up here and moved to the Northwest after college.
Yeah, I went to college at NAU in Flagstaff. Met a lot of friends there, and I got way into music. And then a band of ours, Landlord, they moved up to the Northwest together.
All right, cool. Yeah, I went to Flagstaff for high school. I went to Flagstaff High School, and I went to Tucson for college. But NAU is awesome. I love NAU, love Flagstaff. And then were you guys in any like local like other Arizona bands prior, or were okay? Which bands were you guys a part of before Ugly?
I was in a grindcore band called Blister Unit, which we're not active right now, but that's what I was mostly doing back then. And I was in a short-lived punk band called Malarkey, and then another instrumental like post-rock band called Sixura.
And I did a band called Wall of Death, and then a band called Landlord, and then we moved up to the Northwest.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with some of the local bands around the Tucson area. I was actually there till like 2012-ish, and then I kind of moved around. I was in Phoenix for a little while, and then came back up here to Northern Arizona. I grew up in Northern Arizona, just like born and raised. And yeah, closer to like the Flagstaff area.
Yeah. That's awesome up there.
Yeah, it's freezing. This past winter was ridiculous with the snow.
I
Oh,
bet.
It was
Yeah.
funny, we recently, just what, 2 weeks ago, played at Flag Brew,
Yeah,
Flagstaff. It's like a soft open, kind of a secret open for our record, so it didn't release till this last weekend. And at Flag Brew, they like to have shows outside, but they're going, well, maybe not, because it's still like in the mid-30s. And we're here approaching May, I'm like, damn, down here it's t-shirt weather most of the day. I mean, the elevation change from where we are to Flag is a couple thousand feet at least.
yeah.
But, didn't expect it to still be nearly freezing this far into the year.
Yeah, it's crazy. I live in a rural area of Fort Defiance. It's kind of close to like Gallup, New Mexico on the Arizona side. And
Uh-huh.
yeah, the winter was brutal, and like the driving conditions on the small highways were pretty scary. Like I
Yeah.
think I've slid off the road like maybe 2 or 3 times since I've been out here. It's
Wow.
can get pretty crazy.
Are there any like heavy bands out in that area right now?
Yeah, a lot in the Gallup area, Gallup, New Mexico, where I'm at in Fort Defiance. There are people from the area who are part of bands, like who are based in other locations. But yeah, there's a pretty cool scene around here on the Navajo reservation. But I would say Gallup, New Mexico, they got a small venue. National bands will kind of pull through and play some shows. And then they have a lot of like local bands. The main venue is the Juggernaut. It's like
Okay.
like in the downtown part of Gallup, New Mexico.
Cool.
Yeah,
That'd
that'd
be
be
fun.
fun,
That
because
would
we
be
love
fun.
playing in Santa Fe and Albuquerque and.
There's really nowhere to play in between that we've found. It's like Flagstaff, then straight to Albuquerque. It's nice to find the kind of smaller places that don't get as much attention, because that's usually where people love it the most.
People
Yeah,
come out and
true.
they go hard with shows like that.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, I'd say Gallup would be like right in the middle of Flagstaff and Albuquerque. It's about 2 hours away from Albuquerque, and yeah, about maybe 2.5 hours to Flagstaff. It's right in the middle.
That'd be so much fun.
Yeah, that's a cool place. And then there's a lot of like local bands in the area who a lot of them will like come out to Gallup. It's only like a 30-minute drive for them. And yeah, even me, I went to a show last week. I saw Sanglis Sugabog,
Oh, yeah.
like death metal band. Yeah, I think they just finished like their tour, and then like they were just doing like one-off shows. Like, no, yeah, Gallup was one of them. It was actually pretty intense. It was, I think a lot of younger kids were there. Like I'm 37, so like there's like a lot of like just kids who are super into Sanglis Sugabog that like packed the venue.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always been my favorite. I'm from a real small town in Washington called Port Angeles. It's like basically it's real close to the Hoh Rainforest. It's shoved way up in the northwest of the country. And the shows there, I will bring touring bands on tour. I will make a weekend, which is the best, night typically to be playing in Port Angeles, because it's a small town that goes to sleep at like 8 o'clock at night, but people just go crazy for music, any kind of music really, but they really like the extreme stuff.
When there's something to do, people are gonna be there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff for sure.
Oh yeah, it definitely has that similar atmosphere, or that similar vibe. Yeah, no, it would be awesome to see like you guys play around, the northern Arizona or northern New Mexico. There's a lot of metal fans out here for sure. They would definitely come out, especially with if there's like local bands that are part of the show.
Right?
Yeah, next time we're headed that way, definitely we should.
If you got a
do
zip
that.
code, we'll be there.
Oh yeah, the dudes that it's called Juggernaut Venue. I would recommend. I'll definitely like mention you guys. Like I kind of know them in passing. I'm not like close with the guys, but I definitely know who the people are that run that place.
Cool.
That would be awesome.
But yeah, I want to talk about you guys' new album, Autograph. It just came out last week. How does it feel now that the album came out?
Oh, relief.
Yeah.
Well,
Long time coming.
Yeah.
yeah. this album we have actually recorded twice. I can't remember. Did
We
we-
really recorded it 3 times.
That's true. We did a
Yeah.
post-production demo, and then we recorded it once, 2019, 2020?
2020 when we did the first recording.
Yeah.
The album version was 21.
So essentially, we were doing pre-production demos for it, and then when the pandemic kind of happened, the place that we went for our last LP, at Earhammer Studio in Oakland, Greg, the engineer, was kind of shutting down, taking precautions and stuff. So it's sort of, it was kind of like a welcomed pressure for me to invest into the stuff so that I can record on our own. And we recorded once and we were pretty happy with it, but I found out some other equipment that I should get and a couple other tricks that I wanted to learn, and we decided we could do it better. So then we recorded it again in 2021?
Yeah, it was like spring of 21. I think.
And so essentially these songs are several years old to us, but with how slow it is for vinyl and things to come out and just recording process and things and the pandemic, it's our new, we're happy
It's been a
to,
long time coming.
yeah, we're happy to have it out so that we can kind of move on to more music.
Yeah, I definitely checked it out. I got a promo copy, the digital copy. Yeah, it's super abrasive is all I can say. And I know you guys use a lot of samples and yeah, just a lot of kind of just has that creepy, unsettling feeling with the dissonant, sludgy riffs, and then there's voices and
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty sick. I haven't heard anything like that. I mostly listen to death metal, I guess, but yeah, definitely a change of pace for me.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going for. It's kind of like the soundtrack inside somebody who's schizophrenic's head or something. Yeah. We actually, all those sound clips are people we know. We've made all of those just as much as we made the music. Kind of another thing where it's just another part of the art, There's a whole story and there's a whole thing that these people are talking about, but it's layered in so much with everything else. It's just kind of part of the soundtrack,
Yeah, I mean the only band I could think of, I remember there was this one band on Relapse Records, Indian. Yeah, they kind of has that kind of got that same feeling when I heard You Ugly, and then kind of remind me of Indian.
Ah, cool.
That's high praise.
Yeah, praise. I played with it a couple years ago.
Yeah. It came out on Satanic Royalty, which is I like to follow the smaller kind of underground labels. How did you guys get involved with Satanic Royalty?
Quite literally, it was just a text to Michael Freiberger. He's a really old friend of ours. Just texted him and said, "Hey, you interested in this?" And he said, "This is my favorite band that you guys do, and I would love to do it." It was just really easy.
That was after we did the tour with Death Cave, though, right? We did that little
Yeah, so we did a
swing with Death Cave.
Yeah, we did a Southwest run with Freiberger's band Death Cave through it was Albuquerque, Phoenix,
Turkey, Colorado Springs.
Yeah, and after he saw us live, he was really keen on it. And when I got the record basically to the point of mixing to be presentable, I just sent him a message, and he was all for it, which is really cool because I don't live there anymore, but I still feel like I'm from Washington. It's like it's local for me. It's representing somebody, one of my really good friends who's doing something with his appreciation of local music and stuff. Actually, we're the only band as of now on the Satanic Royalty roster that's not from Washington.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's I've just been kind of following Satanic Royalty, and I spoke to Michael. I did like a kind of like this, like a podcast with him. And yeah, he was just telling me about, how I guess we kind of bonded because he's like from Alaska. He's from like a Native American background, so we kind of bonded over that. But yeah, he was just like letting me know about all this stuff he's involved in and Death Cave too. And yeah, I definitely can hear some similarity to Death Cave with Ugly. It's yeah, I hope everyone gets to check out you guys' album.
That was
Yeah,
a really fun tour playing with them for a couple of nights.
it was a
Yeah.
nice pairing of music for
Yeah,
sure.
it was a blast. Planning to do it again in the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hardly go out to the Prescott area, but how's the scene out there as far as like extreme music?
There's,
Not much.
yeah, it leaves something to be desired.
In the past, it was kind of popping off a bit. But it's kind of died out, especially since the pandemic. Like there hasn't been much going on around here.
Yeah, there
Unfortunately.
used to be some solid DIY spots and house shows and little small venues that would do metal nights and stuff like that, but majority of them kind of died out.
Yeah, I
Most
think,
of the bands have moved out of town.
Yeah.
It's just kind
Or settled down and had kids.
of, yeah. Grown up.
yeah, I think more than anything, like, there's some young kids that are doing bands and stuff. There's probably a lot more bands than we even know about here, but there's nowhere to play.
Right.
All of the bars downtown, sure, they have music 7 nights a week, but it's cowboy country western stuff, There's no one that's willing to really take a chance on something else. And the couple places that oh yeah, we wanted metal shows, air quotes, metal shows. They don't understand that our band is like extremely loud, I mean, it's,
Like Judas Priest cover bands. And shit.
yeah, when they're thinking metal, they're thinking like heavy British heavy metal or something as like the peak, as hard as it goes,
Slayer, man.
Yeah.
which is clearly not the case with what we're doing. We would just bum people out if we tried to do it down there.
But we play Phoenix a lot and we play Flagstaff and we kind of feel like those are like almost like local shows for us.
Yeah, like-
We just pretty much
Yeah.
play Phoenix and Flagstaff like the local band.
Flagstaff especially feels almost like a second home when we go up there.
Yeah,
Friends pop up everywhere when we play.
and that's not
Good
to,
times.
that's not to say that there won't be somewhere to play here at some point, but
Right.
now is just not really the time.
They just kind of pop up and then you gotta get on them and
Yeah,
till they are no more.
Yeah,
That being said, we are trying to get a local show set up here in July, so
yeah,
we announcing that at some point here in the near future.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't put on shows. I mean, I wish I knew how. I just don't know the logistics of putting on like shows. But yeah, that sounds like something I would want to do in some later future. But yeah, I would definitely like try to reach out to you guys if I know
Please
someone
do.
though who's into like putting on
Please
a
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, rule number one, just book it somewhere where the cops aren't gonna come,
yeah.
I
We
mean,
basically need a place to be loud that nobody's gonna call cops about, and
That's
that's the
it.
starter point.
Yeah,
that's it, because, a lot of people, they go, like, for example, we had shows at a yoga studio here for a while. And we would just rent the room per hour from the lady. She was super chill, she was really cool. And, we'd clean the place up and stuff. We had one show there to just convince her, like, on good faith, she rented it to us. That's her place that she would just work, so we didn't want to screw it up. And show went over great. I mean, when people think about this kind of thing with extreme music, they think, oh, these kids are going to go crazy and destroy everything. It's not the case. Young people just want something to do, so it's getting your foot in the door at a place. That's the hardest part.
building that first bit of relationship with the place.
Okay, yeah, no, that's good to know. I won't keep you guys too long, but are there any bands you think people should check out, either like in the local area or Phoenix or Tucson area?
A lot of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Somebody start.
definitely check out Thraw.
Yeah.
I'm actually wearing their shirt
Rippin' Thraw,
from Phoenix.
Big City, that's really good.
Conniption Pit,
Connection.
up and coming band we've been playing a lot with. Aftermath.
Aftermath.
Oh, Yellow Cake.
Yellow
The
Cake.
band, D Beat Punk that we just played with last week. They were Really
Phenomenal.
good. Really
Ricketts
good.
Sorrower, they've been around forever
Yeah.
and they're writing new stuff now.
Yeah.
Real good.
Dead Canyon.
Dead Canyon, yeah, there's
There's
Which
no
is
shortage
Black
of
Sabbath,
good
there's
bands.
Face Pulp,
Yep.
Face
Pulp and, well, I guess the other one's not, Loaf's not around anymore.
Yeah, we'll see.
Face Pulp though.
But yeah, take your pick with extreme kind of stuff. I mean,
There's
There's-
a lot going on in Arizona.
there's
right now.
there's certainly a lot. Sorks,
Oh, yeah.
they're cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Realize industrial metal out of Tucson.
yeah, north
Sex
from
Prisoner,
Tucson.
Sex Prisoner.
I think
They've got a re-release coming out on Toledo, so I'd imagine they're probably gonna be doing some shows.
Let's see, there's Demon Grass in Tucson. They're more like stoner rock kind of stuff. Yeah, I mean, it runs the gamut.
Probably keep going.
Yeah, I like the Tucson area. I like this band from Tucson. I don't know how to Exol or Exul.
Oh, yeah.
They're pretty sick.
Okay.
And then there's this Phoenix band I like, Blood Loss. They're pretty cool. They're like little. They look like teenagers, but yeah, pretty badass. Like young death metal band.
They probably are teenagers. The band out here in Prescott,
Oh, yeah. Cthulhu.
you know, this band called Cthulhu, they're pretty ripping death metal as far as what I can tell from their demo, but they're all under 21. So trying to get them on gigs, like, I don't know if this would even be fun for them because they basically have to play and then leave. But yeah, they're cool sounding band too. Nice guys.
Yeah.
They were in a previous band we used to play with. So
All right. I don't want to keep you guys too long, but thanks again. I hope everyone checks out the new like Ugly album Autograph, stream it, but I would recommend picking up the physical copy.
Absolutely.
thanks for your
Thank you,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
It
Thank you guys.
sounds like we'll be seeing you in Gallup.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get that going.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one.